Sup, YouTube? It's your boy Slide8Fry here. Hey, if you haven't already, please be sure to check out my Sonic movie review. I uploaded it on July 29th, and I actually worked pretty hard on it. Anyways, on to a new React video to Scott the Woz. Here we go!
Hey y'all, Scott here. I have to make a decision. My life depends on it. What do I take?
Sure does. The antidote?
This one does have Knuckles.
It's once again time to talk about Sonic.
What?
The Hedgehog.
Oh, thank God.
Last time we checked in on him, he just
Sonic
absolutely
driving?
crushed his fourth game. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
It just felt incomplete. Less stages than Sonic CD, Sonic 2, even Sonic 1 technically. The level design, power-ups, the sheer polish, it was on a completely new level, but right when Sonic 3 felt like it was getting started, the credits rolled. But see, it wasn't meant to be this way. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was planned as the biggest Sonic adventure yet. So big they had to cut the game in half to meet deadlines.
Yep.
It just couldn't fit the full adventure on one card in time. I mean, come on, Sega Genesis cartridges can't even hold me. But they do hold me accountable. Thus, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is more so
They hold
Sonic
you
the Hedgehog
accountable.
3 Part 1, with Part 2 releasing later that same year, under the name
absolutely.
Sonic and Knuckles. It's brilliant, really. If you were in the know, you knew this was Sonic 3 Part 2, but if you weren't, this just seemed like its own Sonic game, and you could totally play it like that. I feel bad
exactly,
for
you
those who
could.
picked up Sonic 3 without this knowledge and felt like it was lacking, though. The level select code is so damn hard to pull off in this game. You have to be faster than slow in putting this in. And it's obvious why they made it so difficult. Levels that weren't in the game appeared on the list, implying Sonic 3 was meant to be far bigger in scope, with levels cut from the initial release. With 3 releasing in February of '94, Sega waited until June of that year to announce a new Sonic title for the fall with just the logo, date, and name. Sonic and Knuckles. It released on October 18th and featured something new, something revolutionary, something we all can't live without. Lock-on technology.
We can't
Come on,
live without
picture my
it.
life without this thing.
Yes, it was the answer to my conception.
Sonic and Knuckles comes on this Power 2 of a
Okay,
cartridge with
that's weird.
another cartridge port on top. It's like these double ender game cartridges for Atari. These things always lead to amazing experiments. Look, they're kissing.
But Sonic and Knuckles is special. I mean, they made a lock-on technology logo just for this occasion. Now, with a cartridge port on top, you may be asking, Scott, what are you gonna do? Check it. Where am I?
This allows you to connect
Sure.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and presto! You have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 as it was originally intended. Where Sonic 3 ended initially, it now continues with the levels from Sonic and Knuckles alongside a trough of other features. However, we can also connect Sonic the Hedgehog 2,
true,
and
yes.
with this, we get Knuckles in Sonic 2. If you
Yep.
ever think humanity is a waste, we did this. It's literally just Sonic 2, but you play as Knuckles now, which honestly is just as cool now as it was back then. It's commonly said, but it's true. Sonic and Knuckles was like downloadable content before downloadable content, and they could have stopped with connecting to Sonic 3. I mean,
You know what the strangest thing is? See, I have Sonic Mega Collection for the GameCube, so you already have Sonic 3 Knuckles on there. You also have the original Sonic 3, and you have the original Sonic and Knuckles. It has all the Sonic games from the Genesis. Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It has Dr. Bogsby Machine. It has Sonic Spinball, or Pinball, or whatever. And then there's some unlockable ones. Actually, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is an unlockable one. Knuckles and Sonic 2 was unlockable. Blue Sphere was unlockable. And Flicky and Rice Star were unlockable. But anyway, oh yeah, you already said you have Dr. Robotnik's Machine. I already mentioned Dr. Robotnik's Machine. You start with that one. But anyways, what's a strange coincidence is the first time I played Knuckles in Sonic 2, that's when I got the 7 Chaos Emeralds on Sonic 2. I didn't actually finish the game, but that was when I got the 7 Chaos Emeralds. I have, ever since I've played Sonic 2, and I haven't played the version where it's Knuckles in Sonic 2 since then, but ever since I've played Sonic 2, in general, I've never gotten the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Why is it the one time I played as Knuckles in that game, in the Knuckles and Sonic 2 game, that's the only time I got all 7 Chaos Emeralds? I never understood that.
The entire point of lock-on technology was to give players the definitive full Sonic 3 experience. But they threw us a bone with Knuckles and Sonic 2, and on top of that, by connecting Sonic 1 or most
Blue
other
Sphere!
Sega Genesis games for that matter, you can play an endless amount of Blue Sphere bonus stages from Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Or 134,217,728 Blue Sphere bonus stages to be exact. That's still pretty fun. I mean,
Literally
I like Blue
impossible
Sphere,
to
but
play
after
all
that
of them in your
30,000th time, it's okay. Actually, any random Sega Genesis game after pressing all the buttons on your controller will give you a random Blue Sphere stage. Sonic 1 will give you the stages level by level, but how would you know that? If you have any game other than Sonic 3 or Sonic 2 on top, it just says, no way, no way. Don't mock me with some of my favorite music in the entire Sonic franchise playing in the background. Just give me the damn spheres. I think if they did more stuff like Knuckles being in Sonic 2, now that would have been wild, and it was discussed for Sonic 1, though they decided against it, considering Knuckles' playstyle to just not fit that game well. I would have still taken it compared to just Blue Sphere, though. I mean, Knuckles doesn't fit
Can't
Sonic 2
even
that
spin
great
dash in the
either.
first game.
However, there's still a certain magic to plugging games into this cartridge and seeing new junk. It's something I'm surprised more games didn't do. Like, come on, you put all this work into a lock-on logo, at least license it out to something like
been cool if
guns.
they did that with
Sonic and
Castlevania.
Knuckles was a Sonic game I haven't owned physically until just recently. I think that's because since this is a later Genesis game, they used cardboard for the box. So I always thought, oh, I see Sonic and Knuckles at this game store, but I'll just wait until I find a copy in better condition. That day never came. So I bought this one on eBay, and now I
Wow.
can finally feel a game that I've only merely just seen as a part of Sonic Mega Collection, which is where I was introduced to the game as a kid and where I initially thought Knuckles was Sonic's girlfriend. I mean, this logo, come on. There are a couple. Similar to Sonic 3.
What the fuck? By the way, my first exposure to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. My first exposure to Sonic 3 was on the Sega Channel, on Sega Genesis. First exposure to Sonic and Knuckles was again on the Sega Channel, Sega Genesis. But my first exposure to Sonic 3 and Knuckles was actually from the PC game that is Sonic and Knuckles. The PC game, back in the late 90s, Jack in the Box was actually selling video games with their kids' meals. One of them was Sonic 3D Blast, the PC version, which is more reminiscent of the Sega Saturn version as opposed to the Genesis version, so the music quality is different. The music is different. Another one was this 3D puzzle platformer game, Bug. Really hard game, really fun game. You're this green bug with a stinger, and you deal with other bugs, and it's like it's a stage play, but you're playing crazy levels. Anyways, those who have heard of that game, you know what I'm talking about. Really fun game. I want to play it again nowadays. That game was crazy. And then the other game was the Sonic and Knuckles on PC. So it included Sonic the Hedgehog 3 standalone, it included Sonic and Knuckles standalone, and it included Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because it was the PC and it came out later than, later on during, Michael Jackson thing, some music that was in Sonic 3 was changed, like at the missile launch base, and the Carnival Night Zone. Yeah, the music sound is completely different at those levels, and the sound, the style of like the sound of all the other music in the game sounds a little different too, but it is the same songs throughout the rest of the game. Anyways, moving on, let's continue with the video. Oh yeah, and yeah, Sonic Mega Collection, GameCube, that's the one I have. I've had that since the mid-2000s, before even the Wii came out, obviously, because it came out for the GameCube. But just to be specific, it was like 2004, 2005 when I got it. Wii came out in 2006. And I played that game for years to come, decades to come. I loved playing that game. I have a few videos of my friends and I playing Mean Bean Machine against each other. I also have an entire playthrough of the first Sonic the Hedgehog. I was planning on uploading playthroughs of the other Sonic games, especially Sonic 3 and Knuckles, with me and my then best friend Spencer playing together, while me as Sonic, him as Tails. We've had an entire playthrough like that, but it was not recorded. It would have been fun to actually upload that, but it never happened. We actually had a blast playing it when we were on vacation in Lake Tahoe. My mom used her timeshare to get us a vacation there. Me and Spencer went snowboarding most of the time, but when it was night, we'd play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And we didn't just play it in the hotel room, but sometimes we actually took the Wii with us put the GameCube disc in there because it was, you know, at that time, like 2009, 2010 or something. And we, you know, put the GameCube disc in the Wii because it was backwards compatible. And we'd actually play the game in, like, the main lobby. Nobody else was around, but it was kind of cool that we had, like, that room in the main lobby to ourselves. If we actually knew how to set up the projector, we would have been able to play the game on a projector. That would have been awesome. I hope someday, you know, maybe to have a home theater set up, have a projector to watch movies on it and play video games on it. Wouldn't that be badass to play games on a projector? It'd be so cool. Anyways, I'm way off topic. Let's continue with the video. Songmate collection, love it. Great collection. It has the Genesis soundtrack of Sonic 3, so you got the really cool go, go, go. You know, the one from Missile Launch Base, and it has the, you know, the fun carnival one from Carnival Night Zone, so that's actually pretty cool. And it has the Genesis soundtrack for 3D Blast as well. I forgot to mention Sonic 3D Blast is on there. I totally forgot. Anyways, why don't I continue? I've been talking long enough.
I played a lot of Sonic and Knuckles on Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube, and when
That's
I say
right.
a lot, I mean a lot of the first stage.
Wow, you're
All
not
I said
very
was I
good.
thought Knuckles was a girl. Never said I wasn't bad at games too.
Well,
Yeah,
it's been a wild ride. For the past 4 years, I've played through each of the classic Sonic games, and now I've reached the final one. The final one.
Yeah,
I'm finally ready to not get laid for the 5th time. Let's start off with vanilla Sonic and Knuckles, regardless of how incomplete the cartridge looks. Let's play Sonic and Knuckles.
Banana, really?
I'll give the game this. The title screen is much better than Sonic 3's. Every time that one
Yeah.
started out, I flinched. So we get to choose between two
Oh, it's coming too
characters.
close to the
One of
camera.
them's Jimmy Buffett.
No, it's just Sonic.
And
Oh, they got Knuckles in this game? I always thought this was a typo. Strangely, these are the
Nickels?
only options we have. We gotta pick a character we want to play the entire game as, because when we select...
Yeah, one thing that's weird is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 came out before, and it was the first Sonic game you could save on. Then Sonic and Knuckles comes out, you can't save on that, even though it's the second half of what was supposed to be Sonic 3. Doesn't make sense.
That's it. We're in the game. No cutscene, or more shockingly, no save file feature from
Exactly.
Sonic 3. Listen, I
Hey,
get
hey! If you start with Knuckles, there's a cutscene.
they needed to cut costs. I mean, it's expensive to put another hole on your body. Plus, they just expect you to plug Sonic 3 into the cart to get full saving functionality across the whole game. However, this was sold as its own game, on top of being the second part to Sonic 3. Just like a password feature or something would have been nice. Hopping into the game,
Maybe.
it's Sonic 3. At least in terms of presentation, level design philosophy, power-ups, controls,
Yeah.
special stages, Sonic and Knuckles is just the second half of Sonic 3, which is made incredibly obvious by the first stage. This just doesn't really feel like a first level in a Sonic game. It's too busy.
Kinda feels like
it's
it
a
to
fun
me.
zone, but it just doesn't
Oh.
feel like the opening acts to other titles in the series.
Huh.
This is obviously the halfway point in a game. And this was where I got stuck as a kid. So you get to this lever-type device, and Sonic just hangs there, and I thought,
well, I've done everything I can do.
in reality, you're supposed to hit down multiple times to
That's like,
seesaw up.
it's super
I was a
obvious.
sheltered child. My parents didn't let me use this button until 14.
Of course, we can also play as Knuckles, though we have to decide to play as the entire game as Sonic or the entire game as Knuckles at the start. We can't change our mind later. Sonic and Knuckles is harder than choosing a major. Well, this is because Knuckles and Sonic's stories throughout the adventure are different. They're similar, and most of the levels are the same, though you do have some differences based on the character you select, mostly with some of the boss fights. But both characters have their own abilities. You pick Sonic because you're too insecure about deviating from the norm. You pick Knuckles if you climb walls and fly. Do the Knuckles give him that ability? No, apparently it's his dreadlocks.
Okay, good. That's cleared up.
Knuckles' moveset is a bit tricky to get down, which
interesting.
does give us a perfect balance to the playable Sonic characters. Knuckles is hard mode, Sonic is normal, and Tails is easy. So why can't I find him? Easy to use, easier to lose. Yeah, Sonic and Knuckles on its own is just like Sonic 3. Wait 1 second. Just like Sonic 3. Tails isn't even with Sonic in his levels. At the very least, I would have expected that. Without the save feature, opening cutscene, or Tails, Sonic and Knuckles brings us back to a simpler time. The worst time of my life. I know why it's like this. Sonic and Knuckles has to act as both a part 2 and as a standalone game, so you strip out these features and make them accessible when plugging Sonic 3 into the cart. But at the end of the day, Sonic and Knuckles on its own feels like a tremendous step back from Sonic 3. I mean, it feels just like Sonic 1 without even an opening cutscene. Speaking of the opening fighting cutscene, I'm surprised I haven't asked the only question I ever tend to ask during Sonic games.
What's happening?
Taking place right after Sonic 3, Sonic
Okay.
continues his quest to stop Robotnik on Mushroom Hill, but Knuckles was still tricked by Robotnik to think Sonic was a bad guy, so he's still trying to stop him. Sonic, Christ, get a fucking lawyer! So pretty much, Sonic and Knuckles is just Sonic 3 continued in every conceivable way outside of... well, Dale's isn't here. I will say, the story, while it is a continuation, feels a bit held back by being a standalone part 2. Like, Sonic 3 ended with Sonic defeating Robotnik, so then Sonic and Knuckles continues the story by saying, well, Sonic defeated Robotnik, but he got back up again. To be fair, that's every Sonic plot, but with this being a direct continuation, it kind of feels a bit like, why? Knuckles' story is a bit strange, as many official Sonic sources imply it occurs at the same time as Sonic's, which doesn't make any sense. If it did, then you would see the parts where Knuckles and Sonic interact in Sonic's story, but you don't. Hey, here we get our cutscene. Knuckles' story seems to be taking place after Sonic's story, with Knuckles hanging out and then getting pissed off by an egg robo. So he plays through a whole Sonic game just out of spite. Well, the game starts off at Mushroom Hill Zone, a solid ROM, but a questionable first level. How would a beginner know the down button exists? You get stuck on loads of vegetation, but that plus the amount of bouncy platforms give the stage such a lively feel, almost like there's a rhythm to everything. Like I said, the special stages are the same as Sonic 3's, Blue Sphere. But the bonus stages you enter by jumping into the checkpoint with a certain amount of rings
one
are
of
new.
them's different. Well, that one's the same. The other one's different. I'm sorry, Scott.
And nothing was gained. There's actually 2 separate bonus stages in Sonic and Knuckles, which combined with Sonic 3's mean we have 3 different bonus stages. They weren't kidding when they said they wanted to make this the ultimate game. Next up is Flying Battery Zone, a stage on a blimp. Thank you. This level's filled with scrap metal and technology from Robotnik, and it's awesome. It's weird to me how well a Sonic level inside of a blimp feels like a Sonic level inside of a blimp. The music is amazing, much like the rest of the Genesis Sonic lineage. And Flying Battery Zone may be one of my favorite tracks. It really makes the level feel so exciting yet dangerous. Sandopolis, well, they can't all be winners. I don't care for desert stages. In the first act, it's alright, and the boss fight at the end of it took a few tries to figure out. Like, how do I kill this guy? Oh, I just stand to the left and he'll just walk up and kill himself. Okay, Act 2 is a piece of garbage. It's like a sort of labyrinth where everything looks...
Oh, God. That level, Act 2 of Sandopolis, is most definitely the hardest level in Sonic and Knuckles. And when you combine Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it's the hardest level there, too. I remember when I first played this level, I would run out of time every time I played it. I would do it at least once. I'd still beat the level, but I would run out of time at least once every time I played it. I hated that crap. Like... damn it, man. I think, I haven't played the game in a long time, but I think the last many times I played it, I can get through without running out of time, but it's just, that's what I hate about the level. It was so long that it was kind of hard to get through it without running the clock past 10 minutes and getting killed from a time over.
It's the same, and you pick up one jump and bam, I'm 20 miles down with no hopes of getting out, and on top of that, there's ghosts. Well, that just makes everything worse. Damn it! I hate this stage. It took me 45 minutes to get through, and next up was Lava Reef Zone. Ugh, I mean, it's better, but it's similarly easy to get lost in. It took me forever on my first try. Next up is Hidden Palace Zone, which...
I never got lost in Lava Reef. Lava Reef was challenging because of, all the lava, but when you have the fire shield, you can get through the lava no problem. I never found it easy to get lost in it.
Primarily just serves...
maybe Act 2 a little, but not Act 1.
For the purpose of being a boss fighting cutscene zone. Just one act, and it's mainly just to give you a fight against...
Just reminded me. When I played with Spencer back over a decade ago, he actually had never played Sonic 3 and Knuckles. He played Sonic 3 as a kid. And it was so funny when we got to this part. Like, I knew Knuckles was there, but I guess I just kind of forgot when he showed up, and I literally just ran into him. I was like, run! I just ran into him, and he just punched me like that. It was, you could almost say it was kind of like the opening cutscene to Sonic 3 when Knuckles stops Super Sonic, but no, I mean, I could have easily, stopped myself before reaching Knuckles, but no, I just ran and just get punched and we cracked up when that happened. It was so funny. Of course, I had some rings, so I didn't die or anything, but goddamn.
Knuckles, and for Knuckles to realize you're not a bad guy, and Robotnik's been lying to him this whole time. This zone is a reference to the famous cut zone in Sonic. better, but it's similarly easy to get lost in. It took me forever on my first try. Next up is Hidden Palace Zone, which primarily just serves the purpose of being a boss fighting cutscene zone. Just one act, and it's mainly just to give you a fight against Knuckles and for Knuckles to realize you're not a bad guy and Robotnik's been lying to him this whole time. You know, this zone is a reference to the famous Cut Zone in Sonic 2, named the exact same thing. It's cool to see it return as a part of Sonic and Knuckles, but it's honestly more cutscene than zone. Well, immediately afterwards, we're in Sky Sanctuary Zone, another one-act deal. This one, pretty good. Alright, we pissed the bed with Sandopolis, shit in a car with Lava Reef, and f***ed my dinner with Hidden Palace. This one is challenging, but really fun. And then the final traditional stage, Death Egg Zone. Back to 2X. This dumbass anti-gravity section. I was in the air for so long, and I don't know what I did to stop it from happening, and I'm taking that lack of knowledge to the grave. You know, I said this before, but as good as classic 2D Sonic platformers can be, they almost always had some level of bullshit to them. I love Sonic 2. It has its moments, but Sonic 3 was shockingly absent of that. And now I know why. Because that was all in the second half of the game. We defeat Robotnik and his metal fingers, and that's Sonic and Knuckles. Partially, because if you beat 7 special stages and get all 7 Chaos Emeralds and unlock Super Sonic, you then get the true final boss. This is cool. And that's Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah,
the true final boss here, while fairly easy all things considered, gives the whole true Sonic 3 experience.
And the music is so good.
Finale. It's one of the first major final bosses that's more flashy than difficult, but I don't think that's all too bad. I remember final bosses that make you feel like a badass just as much, if not more so, than the most difficult and tricky ones.
Sonic and Knuckles is another fantastic time.
You gonna go over Knuckles' story?
It's a bit lackluster compared to Sonic 3. Like, I just don't care for a good chunk of the zones here, at least compared to Sonic 3. They're not bad, though compared to Sonic 2's and 3's best zones, they're just not as fun to me. So, I've decided the definitive list of the best classic Sonic games. At the bottom, Sonic Cease and Desist. Next up is Sonic 1. Whenever I replay this one, I pretty much exclusively just play Green Hill Zone, and when I get to Marble Zone, I just reset the console. Followed by Sonic and Knuckles. It's a good game, just not my favorite compared to the others. Then Sonic 3, and then Sonic 2. I think Sonic 2 has higher highs than Sonic 3, which is just more so consistently good throughout the entire adventure. But then it ends right when it feels like it's getting started, and the same goes for Sonic and Knuckles. So Sonic 2 is my favorite. If we're not counting the best Sonic game. Combining Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, we get Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, when the number 3 just isn't enough. As stated, this turns Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles into one connected and seamless experience, and honestly, this rocks! It's unfortunate the game had to be split up like this, as I feel like both titles on their own feel somewhat lacking because of it. But together, it's no debate, this is one of the best 2D platformers of all time. The amount of great ideas, gorgeous sprite work, amazing music, it feels right out of a modern platformer, but to see concepts so advanced and well thought out in a game from 1994, it's mind-blowing. Both games together may take a bit longer, but hey, you have the save feature from Sonic 3 included. You can play as Knuckles from the very start, and due to the combination of 2 games worth of levels, you have more special stages to beat. And beating more gives you Super Tails, Super Knuckles, and Hyper Sonic! Sweet Christ! This is the definitive 2D Sonic game. Well, at least when it came out. And it's a shame this version of the game always gets neglected in re-releases. Sonic Mega Collection, it's there, but you have to open Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles 20 times each to unlock it. I mean, just opening and closing immediately works.
That's literally what I do. I do that every time. I count it in my head 20 times and do it. And I unlock everything. I do it. I do what I need to do to unlock all the games.
And Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection on Xbox 360 and PS3, they have Sonic 3, they have Sonic and Knuckles, but you can't combine the two. That's something I think any collection or re-release of these games should have, and many do, but that just feels like a massive oversight. Playing both games separately highlights how inadequate they each feel as their own game. They're still fantastic titles, but it's just a fact. They're both incomplete experiences, but together, they make squeal. Well, I think this has been an incredible experience, finally playing through these games that were still a big part of my childhood. I may not have gotten far in these games as a kid, but I would boot them up all the time and just run around in these stages. Just seeing those 3D models of Sonic on the title screens for 3 and Knuckles, it was mind-blowing. And I was playing these games on the GameCube. I just found the evolution of these games from start to finish to be amazing.
That's a good point.
I think people don't give these games the credit they deserve, especially Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The amount of creativity and polish in these Sega Genesis games is honestly something I think more people need to appreciate. but they chose Knuckles over Jimmy Buffett, so I think they were kind of asking for it. Well, I'm done with Sonic. You know, I put off years of colonoscopies just due to my business surrounding playing all these games, but now I'm free. So tell your family's proctologist to clear their schedule. 12 years from now.
12 years from now. Probably more than that. Alright. Nowadays, Sega, or Sonic Team, they've gotten smarter with it when it comes to developing. Like, for example, I think it was a reaction to how awful Sonic Boom was. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, at least. The Sega or Sonic Team, they decided, you know what? Instead of releasing a new game every single year, let's take our time with them. Although, yes, in 2015, they released Sonic Runners on smartphones, which actually you can't play anymore. The Sonic Dash I have was released in 2013. 2016, they did release a sequel to the 3DS Sonic Boom called Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, which I actually would like to try someday. I heard that one's actually good. That's actually a Sonic Boom game that's actually good. I just never played it. And I've also heard that they delayed releasing that game to polish it more, which is why it was released in 2016, I guess. But, 2016 was the 25-year anniversary. They had advertised Sonic Mania and a little bit of Sonic Forces at the time, but they released them both in 2017, and that worked out. Sonic Mania is well loved. 2018 was Sonic Mania Plus by adding the DLC of including Ray the Flying Squirrel and Maya the Armadillo, and then of course the Encore mode. But yeah, it's just a really amazing game. I mean, before Sonic Mania came out, I thought Sonic 3 and Knuckles was the greatest Sonic game ever made. But once Sonic Mania came out, it was a little more debatable. I think Sonic Mania is actually slightly better. Some of the level design is a little better. Like there is some level design in classic Sonic that isn't as well suited for the higher speeds. But in Sonic Mania, even levels that are based off of old classic zones, they redesigned them to be more suited for faster speeds. So it's just better designed in general. I know a lot of people didn't like Sonic Forces when it came out, but I liked it back then. I still do now. I don't think it's as good as other Sonic games, but I thought it was pretty good. And I noticed that after that, and then of course there's the mobile version of Sonic Forces, which is a lot like Sonic Dash, except you're racing against other people and not dealing with hundreds of obstacles. That game's still a lot of fun. But I noticed that after that, Sega, Sonic Team, they've been smart. They've been taking their time with releasing games. I don't even think they released a Sonic game in 2018. In 2019, they released Team Sonic Racing, which was actually really made by Sumo, the same company that made Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I'm still disappointed they don't allow you to do the vehicle transformations that made Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed so good that I actually liked it more than any Mario Kart game in existence, which is saying a lot. Not to mention, it's more skill-based because the items, like green shells in Mario Kart, move so slow that sometimes it can be hard to hit somebody with them. But the items that shoot straight, they just zip down the track. So if you're facing straight at somebody, you will hit them if you fired it right there, which makes it more skill-based. It's not as much random chance. Not to mention, blue shells in Mario Kart, we all hate them, which is why in Mario Kart 8 they add the horn that actually can allow you to defend yourself against a blue shell. But I like how in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, the item that you shoot that goes after the first place driver is a swarm of hornets, which are hard to dodge, but technically you can dodge them, and that's awesome. And technically, they actually stay around longer, so they actually can hit the first three drivers, potentially. So that's actually pretty cool. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, an incredible game. My biggest exposure to it was definitely Sonic Mania Collection on GameCube. I grew up in the 90s and did have a Sega Genesis. I did mention I played Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and I also played Sonic and Knuckles on the Sega Channel. I was still more of a Super Nintendo guy because, come on, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Earthbound, Super Mario Kart, F-Zero. I didn't play Pilot Wings back then, but I'm kind of playing it a little on my Switch now. And there were a lot of other great games, you know, and plus I enjoyed Killer Instinct on there. Mortal Kombat 2 played better on Super Nintendo than Sega Genesis because of the controller itself. Obviously, Mortal Kombat 1 was better on Genesis than Super Nintendo. Street Fighter 2 played better on Super Nintendo than Sega Genesis because of the more buttons on the controller. Sound quality on Super Nintendo was better than Sega Genesis. Graphics on some games looked a little better, but all the Sonic games on Sega Genesis looked incredible, though. Anyways, moving on from there. Yeah, I didn't. The most experience I had with Sonic 3 Knuckles was, you know, Sonic Mania Collection on GameCube, and I love that game. It's just so amazing. Someday, when my wife and I have our own comfortable living situation, I can set up all my consoles and stuff, I'm gonna play that again, and I might even actually upload videos, maybe live stream them, not sure. And we shall see. You know, maybe my wife and I will play Sonic 3 Knuckles together, me, Sonic, her, Tails, and we'll see. Or even do that with Sonic Mania as a team. That said, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell icon to add me notifications. I appreciate you watching this with me. And now it's time to end the video. Thank you so much.